You're listening to the Marne Report.
Well, hey, Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield. This is Molly with your latest edition of the Marne Report podcast. And today I am here with my friend Melanie Cruz. She is from the Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield Army Housing Office. And we are going to talk all about the 2023 Tenant Satisfaction Survey. Thanks for being on the show with me today, Melanie.
Thanks for having me, Molly.
First off, let's start with, what exactly does the Army Housing Office do?
The Army Housing Office here at Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield, we are responsible for inspecting every home before a resident moves in to make sure that it is in a life, health, safety, good condition for that family.
Sure.
We also are a liaison between Balfour Beatty and the Army Garrison here, as well as we help mediate any concerns a resident may have.
Cool. And Balfour Beatty is the actual housing contractor where our families live.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I know that there is a 2023 Tenant Satisfaction Survey that just launched, right? When did that launch?
It launched on the 25th of October, and it's going to be running through the 16th of December.
Cool. But one thing that's a little tricky is that I feel like we just had one of these tenant satisfaction surveys, right, for 2022, and it seems like the results were just released. Can you tell me a little bit about those results and then why this is coming up so soon, maybe before anyone has been able to see any results from the past one?
So the results did come in not too long ago, and before the results even came in, we started working vigorously on what responses had come in.
Sure.
To make sure that we have started a great action plan for this upcoming year. I know it seems very soon, but we have been working even before the results came in to make sure that we're addressing our residents' concerns. I'm hoping that with this new survey coming up, we'll start seeing some of the fruits of that labor with better scores.
Yeah, no doubt. Just looking through the results, which anyone can go online and view those scores, that the numbers were actually kind of low when it came to residents that responded to that survey, right? So that's got to be a little bit difficult because I know a lot of people only like to fill out surveys if they're maybe having an issue. And when you're really happy, you just kind of keep going on with your life and you never even think about filling out a survey. But even the people who are residents who are happy with their living situation on Stewart and Hunter, you guys encourage them to fill out the survey as well, right?
Correct. We encourage every resident to comment, good or bad, on what's going on with their housing situation and their experience here at Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield. If we don't know, we can't help. So even if somebody's doing something very well, we would like to recognize them for that accomplishment. And
Sure.
If there's something not going to the best of its ability, we would like to be able to work on that as well. So we strongly encourage every resident, there's one survey per household, and we really hope that this year we can hit at least 30% participation rate, which is so small in the scheme of how big Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield are. But we really do read every single comment. We review all the scores, and we do take them very seriously. So I strongly encourage all the residents, Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, to please fill out your survey. You have until the 16th of December to do so.
Great. And you said that those come into every resident that lives in Stewart and Hunter housing got an email with that. And just great reminder, everyone, make sure that you're checking your spam and your junk mail as well, because it may come through there. But there's also, you said, an email address through CEL. That's the company that does the survey.
If the resident is unable to find the link for their survey, they can always go to their local community center and request the link, and they would be able to email the CEL office, and they will get them their survey.
Too easy. And I know in the past, the community centers had a lot of events surrounding the surveys, right? Can we look forward to some of those events again for this survey?
Absolutely. Balfour Beatty's already in progress of creating events to push the survey. They recently had the Halloween truck or treat event at the Liberty Woods Community Center. I'm sure there'll still be, the breakfast giveaways in the morning. They will also be doing raffles for gift cards this year. There'll be 3 winners. So every resident that submits their survey is put into a drawing for a gift card.
Great.
So there's going to be lots of events. Just keep an eye out on the Facebook page for both the Hunter and Fort Stewart Army Housing Office, as well as the community centers as well.
Awesome. And also, this past week, there were a couple of housing town halls that happened on both Fort Stewart and Hunter that involved our command team, our garrison command team especially. They were out there really speaking to the residents, getting feedback, putting out helpful information, regarding housing and upcoming initiatives, especially with, like you said, the action plans that are about to go into effect because of the 2022 survey. Do those type events happen often?
Yes, we do have a town hall once a quarter for residents to come and address their concerns with the Garrison Command team. This one is a little bit more informal. The Garrison commanders would like to go out and speak with the residents out, in a public event, so it's more of a comfortable space and they don't feel very intimidated on, speaking up at a town hall. But we do really encourage residents to come out to the town hall and address their concerns. Anyone that can help the residents are at those events.
Yeah.
And the Army Housing Office has usually a table set up where we'll take residents' information and get back with them on their concerns, because that's the whole point of the town hall, right? To address the residents' concerns. So it's really important that we get as much participation as possible.
Yeah, no doubt. Those are fantastic events that you guys host. And I just want to clarify one thing. So we've got the Balfour Beatty. That is the company. They're the contractor, right, that runs the housing areas. And then the Army Housing Office is something completely separate, right?
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
Basically the liaison between that contractor and our soldiers and family members. So I just want to make sure that people understand that, because, the people that are at those housing town halls, it is the Balfour Beatty representatives, but it's also you guys and our commanders. So I think a lot of times maybe some of our residents are going to the contractor and they feel like something can't get fixed. You guys still see all of that information, correct?
We do strongly encourage our residents that have any concerns to follow the 3-step process. The first step being to, go to the community centers and speak with the community managers regarding their concerns and give Balfour Beatty the opportunity to make it right.
Sure.
If they're not satisfied with that process, then they go to step 2, which is reach out to the Balfour Beatty corporate office, and the community centers have those numbers to provide to the residents. And then step 3 would be our office, and we would help mediate any concerns between the resident and Balfour Beatty, just to make sure that the resident is satisfied.
Yeah, sure. That's an amazing service that you guys offer. Just that extra level of top cover to make sure that our soldiers and family members are receiving, like you said, the top quality of life housing that there is to offer for them, because it's definitely what they deserve.
We're involved in many aspects of housing. It's not just complaints. We do inspect every home before a resident moves in.
Sure.
We call about 5% of all completed work orders to make sure residents are satisfied, and we do visit every home that has a work order completed with a life, health, safety issue. So we do as much as we can to make sure our residents are satisfied and that they're living in a good home.
Wonderful. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add about the survey or just your Army housing services in general?
I just want to strongly push taking that survey, because it does help us out in so many ways. And even if, you're going to be leaving next PCS season, it's still going to benefit the families that come after you. So I just strongly hope that everyone takes that 5 minutes that it takes to take the survey, and if they have any concerns, they know where to go.
Absolutely. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for being on the podcast with me today. This is some great information. Everyone, please make sure if you live in family housing on Fort Stewart or Hunter Army Airfield that you are checking your inboxes and taking that survey. And then also, if you didn't get it, please make sure to visit your local community center in your neighborhood to have them help you get that, because it is extremely important. And, at the end of the day, everybody wants the absolute best for our soldiers and family members. And like I said, they deserve it. So we thank you so much for the service that your team provides. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Marne Report podcast. This is Molly signing off.
The 3rd Infantry Division's Marne Hall of Fame recognizes dog-faced soldiers that served and left a lasting impact on the 104-year-old organization. The Marne Hall of Fame Association is now accepting nominations in 2 categories: the Marne Hall of Fame and distinguished members of the division. Anyone can nominate eligible individuals who have brought great honor to the division through their actions and sacrifice. Eligible Hall of Fame nominees are soldiers of any rank who serve in the division. Distinguished members nominees can be U.S. or foreign military members and civilians with very successful careers who serve at least 1 year in the 3rd ID. For more information and to make a nomination, visit home.army.mil/stewart.